You are closer than you realize to a sudden change. A sudden change in your life. And you want to know what's interesting? You know, most people think when change comes, it just like announces itself or something like that. They think that there will always be signs. They think they're going to feel different. They may have more confidence, right? They think they will feel less afraid. They think that, they'll wake up one morning and somehow they'll know that something big is around the corner. But that's rarely how life works. It don't really work like that, even though we wish it did. Some of the biggest changes in your life arrive looking like ordinary days. Ordinary days. The day you met somebody who changed your life felt like a normal day at first, right? The day you got the opportunity that you've been praying for may have looked like another Tuesday. I don't know. Just an ordinary day. The day that you made the decision that put you on a completely different path didn't have music playing in the background. It didn't look like a movie. There was no spotlight over your head or anything like that. It just felt like another moment. It felt like another moment. And that's why so many people miss the season that they're in, right? They keep waiting for life to look different before they take it seriously. But what if this ordinary season isn't actually ordinary at all? Like, think of it. What if it's not ordinary at all? What if you're standing in a chapter that only looks small because you haven't seen what it's connected to yet? Right? I think about Joseph in the Bible, right? Imagine being him. 1 minute you're in prison, right? The next minute you're standing before Pharaoh. Imagine that. And one day his address just changed in one day. And one day his responsibilities changed. And one day people looked at him differently. Genesis 41 verses 14 says, "So Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and he was quickly brought from the dungeon." Quickly. That's the word. See, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Quickly. Not because Joseph rushed God or anything. Not because, Joseph forced the door open. Not because he manipulated his circumstances. Quickly. Why? Because there are moments when God can move you from one place to another faster than you ever thought could be possible. You can't even think about it. But here's the part that a lot of people don't like to talk about. Joseph had no idea that morning would be different. He woke up in prison, he had the regular prison problems. He had the prison routines. And before the day was over, guess what? He was somewhere that he never imagined. I wonder how many people are listening right now and you've convinced yourself that because your circumstances have looked the same for a while, they're going to stay the same. I get it. Like you've been paying the same bills, having the same concerns, looking at the same problems, just day by day, fighting the same thoughts. And little by little, you started treating your current season like it's permanent. But what if it's not? What if it isn't? I don't believe it is. What if your life has a chapter that haven't introduced themselves yet? See, we're funny as human beings. I believe that we're really funny. We treat what we've seen repeatedly as if it's guaranteed, just because we see it all the time. If something has been difficult for 2 years, we start acting like it's going to be difficult forever, right? If we've been lonely for a while, we start acting like, joy doesn't belong in our life. right? If we've been overlooked, we start introducing ourselves as the person who never gets chosen. We see it all the time. We slowly build an identity around temporary situations. And God says, look, don't do that. Don't do that, my friend, because I got the power. That's what he's saying. Life changes, doors open, people heal, right? Ideas grow, new opportunities appear every day. Entire directions shift. And sometimes those changes happen while you're busy trying to survive an ordinary day. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 says, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. A season. That means that this isn't forever, right? A season means that things move. A season means that, things will transition. A season means that there is more to the story than what you're experiencing right now. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I want you to challenge the way you think for a second, right? What if God hasn't been asking you to figure out your entire future? What if he's simply been asking you to just stay present? Because we spend so much time trying to predict tomorrow that we miss today, right? We know that. We see it happen all the time. We spend so much energy wondering when things will change that we fail to become the kind of person who can recognize opportunity when it finally arrives. You don't need tomorrow's instructions today. You don't. You need today's instructions. Today, focus on today. Focus on being present. Take care of what's in your hands. Be faithful where your feet is planted, right? Learn what this season is trying to teach you, because it is trying to teach you something, whether you believe it or not, right? Handle your responsibilities. Protect that peace of yours. Because here's what I learned, right? Sudden changes, they usually don't happen in the middle of mess. It can, I'm not saying that they can, but they usually don't happen in the middle of mess. They often meet people who keep moving even when life felt repetitive, right? Noah kept building. David kept tending sheep. Joseph kept interpreting dreams. They kept doing ordinary things. And then suddenly, what happened? Life just looked different. And I know that some of you are tired, right? I know some of you feel like you've been in the same place mentally, emotionally, and financially. I know you feel like you've been in the same place. I know some of you have prayed prayers that feel like they've been hanging in the air. I know it. I felt that way. But don't confuse that repetition with permanence, right? Just because something has happened 100 times, right, doesn't mean it gets to happen 101. Oh, God can interrupt patterns. God can introduce opportunities suddenly. God can send people suddenly, ideas suddenly, wisdom, strength. Strength that can completely alter the direction of your life. And sometimes the only thing that's separating where you are from where you're going is a moment that hasn't happened yet, right? One conversation, one opportunity, one introduction, one day. You don't know what God is preparing behind the scenes. You don't know. I don't know. You don't know what prayers are being answered right now. But he doing it. He doing it. You just don't know. You don't know. And guess what? Honestly, that's okay. Because faith isn't about knowing every detail, right? Faith is continuing to move even when every chapter hasn't been revealed yet. That's what faith is. So don't speak over your life like you've already seen everything that God can do. Don't write permanent conclusions with temporary information. Don't do that. Don't convince yourself that because this season has lasted longer than you expected, this is all there is. Don't do that. That's a big mistake. That is a big mistake. God is saying, look, you closer than you realize to a sudden change. But it's not because of luck. It's not because you figured everything out. Not because you finally became a perfect person, because you're never going to be a perfect person. But because seasons, you remember we talked about seasons? Seasons move. Seasons move. And one of the most beautiful things about life is that you never know when an ordinary day is about to become a chapter that you'll never forget. You never know. You closer. You so close. You so close to a change, right? You just got to get ready, get prepared. Keep going, keep working. Keep doing, keep going. And you're going to get there. Now, if you are having a hard time with letting go, like I say, you can check out the ebook, Letting Go When God Says So. I know it's a lot of people that are stuck in that season, stuck in a season where they may have just had a heartbreak and they just don't know where to turn. And there's help out there, you know. You can check out the ebook. I'm yapping my head off. Until next time, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.